Hey there, Bills Mafia! Welcome back to the channel, your go-to spot for exclusive Buffalo Bills stories, analysis, and breaking news straight from the heart of One Bills Drive. Look, our team isn't just resting this offseason. They're working hard, making moves, adjusting the roster, constantly trying to get better. Every decision has one goal in mind: bringing a championship home to Buffalo. You can feel that energy building, and we're here to keep you updated on everything happening behind the scenes. But before we dive into today's exclusive report, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It helps more Bills fans find this content, and we've got a lot coming with the NFL draft around the corner. Alright, let's get into it. We're talking about a potential trade for a former first-round wide receiver, the end of the road for Amari Cooper in Buffalo, and what all this means for Josh Allen's receiving core in 2025. Now, let's be honest, if there's one position on this team that still feels a little thin, it's wide receiver. The Bills haven't re-signed Amari Cooper. That's the headline right now. He's still sitting in free agency, and it looks like Brandon Beane and the front office are moving on. They did make one smart move, adding Joshua Palmer from the Chargers. He brings size, toughness, and reliability. Of course, you've still got Khalil Shakir, who stepped up big last season, and rookie Keon Coleman, who many believe could develop into something special. That's a solid trio, but let's keep it real. We still need depth. We still need someone who can grow in the system, and we still need insurance in case the top guys don't pan out the way we hope. Which brings us to today's hot topic, a trade proposal involving Treylon Burks of the Tennessee Titans. If you follow the 2022 NFL Draft, you'll remember this name. Treylon Burks, 6'2", 225 pounds, was the 18th overall pick. The Titans selected him with sky-high expectations, hoping he could replace the production they gave up when they traded away A.J. Brown to the Eagles. Spoiler alert, that didn't happen. Burks flashed some promise in his rookie season. 33 catches, 444 yards, 1 touchdown in 11 games, but then injuries hit. Consistency disappeared, and in a run-heavy Titans offense with inconsistent quarterback play, Burks never found his rhythm. Fast forward to now, Burks is heading into the final year of his rookie contract, a deal worth $14 million in total, with just $2.6 million guaranteed left for 2025. The Titans won't pick up his fifth-year option, and rumor has it they're open to moving him for the right price. Enter the Buffalo Bills. Let's break this down from the Bills' perspective. You can't count on rookies and unproven depth to carry you through a full NFL season, especially when your franchise quarterback is Josh Allen, a guy entering his prime and ready to win now. So why not take a low-risk, high-upside flyer on a guy like Treylon Burks? Here's what makes sense. Size and physicality. At 6'2", 225, Burks would immediately become the biggest target in the Bills' receiver room. That's something we don't currently have. Athletic upside. He was a first-round pick for a reason. He's got speed, strength, and the ability to win contested catches when healthy. Cost. According to Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox, Burks might only cost a 7th-round pick. That's nothing for a player with first-round talent. Cap friendly. With only $2.6 million guaranteed, Burks fits into our cap space with room to spare. Buffalo has about $5 million left. Now, this deal is doable. And here's the kicker. He'd be catching passes from Josh Allen, the most talented quarterback he's ever worked with. That alone could revive his career. He doesn't need to be WR1. He just needs to be healthy, available, and ready to contribute behind Coleman, Shakir, and Palmer. Now, let's talk about the other side of this story. Amari Cooper, the Bills, traded for Cooper during the 2024 season, hoping to add a Pro Bowl weapon for the playoff run. The idea was simple. Pair Josh Allen with a route running technician who could be a safety valve in key moments. It didn't work out. Cooper played just 8 games, caught 20 passes for 297 yards and 2 touchdowns. And in the postseason, just 6 catches for 41 yards total over 3 games. Injuries played a role. A wrist issue, back problems. He wasn't 100% and the timing never quite clicked. GM Brandon Beane said it himself. Did he put up all-pro numbers? No. But I don't regret the move. He helped our offense and took pressure off other guys. And to be fair, the Bills were second in the league in scoring. Cooper may not have been the star, but he didn't hurt us either. Still, unless he returns on a bargain deal, the Cooper era is likely over, which leaves us with a hole, a spot Treylon Burks could quietly fill. Look, Bills fans, I get it. Burks isn't a splashy signing. He's not Stephon Diggs or DeAndre Hopkins. He's not even Amari Cooper in his prime. But he's better than nothing. He's a former first-round talent available for pennies. And he still has the physical tools that made scouts fall in love with him in college at Arkansas if Buffalo pulls the trigger. It's the kind of under-the-radar move that could pay off down the stretch or fade away quietly if it doesn't work out. Low cost, low risk, potentially high reward. At worst, he's WR5 or WR6 and gives us size in red zone sets. At best, he catches fire with Josh Allen and becomes a sneaky good asset in this offense. So here's the headline that's been floating around NFL circles. Dallas Cowboys should trade for Bills running back James Cook. Yup, that's what Pro Football Network just suggested in a piece naming one player from each NFL team who could be traded. For Buffalo, that name was James Cook, our dynamic RB1, and a guy who just put together a breakout season. The proposed destination, Dallas, Big D Jerry World. Now hold on. I know what you're thinking, Bills Mafia. Why in the world would we even think about trading James Cook? Let's unpack this carefully. According to PFN, Dallas is desperate to juice up their run game. Their backfield's in transition. Rico Dowdle is gone. Tony Pollard left for Tennessee. And now they're stuck with Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and a couple of unproven guys like Deuce Vaughn and Malik Davis. Not exactly a room that screams elite. So the theory goes, enter James Cook. Young, explosive, home run ability. And hey, Cowboys assistant Ken Dorsey used to be Cook's offensive coordinator right here in Buffalo before he was let go midway through 2023. Makes sense on the surface, right? Well, not exactly. Here's where things start to fall apart. Fast. First off, let's talk about James Cook's role in Buffalo. This isn't a guy buried on the depth chart or struggling to find his place. Cook led the team in rushing last season. He posted over 1,100 yards on the ground, added another 400 plus in receiving, and was instrumental in a new-look offense under Joe Brady. He became Josh Allen's security blanket, especially in the passing game, and proved he could handle lead-back duties. Cook is just 24 years old and entering his prime. Trading him now? That would leave Buffalo with a huge void and zero logical replacement. Secondly, and this is a big one, the financial side of this deal is a non-starter. The rumor mill says Cook is looking for an extension in the neighborhood of $15 million per year. Now ask yourself, are the Dallas Cowboys, a team known for being extremely cautious with the cap, really going to pay top dollar for a running back? Especially after letting go of Tony Pollard, a homegrown talent they developed? Absolutely not. And here's the kicker. Cowboys COO Stephen Jones has already addressed this kind of scenario. He's on record warning against what he calls a double dip, giving up valuable draft picks, then turning around and signing a high-priced extension. And guess what? That's exactly what it would take to land James Cook. 2 major investments, 1 player, 0 chance. Let's bring this back to Buffalo. James Cook is a core piece of this offense moving forward. He fits perfectly with what Joe Brady and Josh Allen are building. He's dynamic in space, can handle third downs, pass protect, and create mismatches against linebackers. Not only that, but the Bills just moved on from Latavius Murray and are still evaluating Ty Johnson and rookie options for depth. Cook is not a luxury. He's a necessity. Let's also not forget, you don't trade a young ascending player in a critical role unless you're blowing it up. And Buffalo, we're not rebuilding, we're reloading. The front office knows. That Brandon Beane knows that. And more importantly, Josh Allen knows that. He's spoken highly of Cook's development. He trusts him in key moments. And unless something dramatic changes, a contract holdout, locker room tension, or off-field issue, this team isn't moving off their RB1 anytime soon. Segment 4, 10:30 to 13th. Cowboys side of the story. Now look, we get it. Dallas is grasping a bit right now. They let Pollard walk, swung and missed on the Derrick Henry sweepstakes, and didn't land any major free agent targets at RB. So what are they doing? They're trying to project moves. They're trying to find value. They're calling up every name they can think of that has even a whisper of availability. And James Cook? He just doesn't check the boxes. He's not available. He's not affordable for them. And no, Ken Dorsey doesn't have that kind of pull in the Cowboys building. That's wishful thinking at best. So while Cowboys insiders can dream, the Bills are standing firm with their young star. All right, Mafia, let's hear it. Would you trade a 7th-round pick for Treylon Burks? Is this just another failed prospect, or is Buffalo the place he finally breaks out? And what's your take on Amari Cooper? Should we bring him back if the price is right? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading every single one. And don't forget, smash that like button if you want to see more trade rumors and analysis like this. And subscribe if you haven't already. We've got NFL draft coverage, film breakdowns, and roster updates coming every single week. This team is building for something big, and we're going to be right here for every step of the journey. Go Bills! Go Mafia! Let's keep pushing.